Hi guys, just thought I'd check in because I haven't actually been very active on the video job lately. I've been rushing around doing bits and pieces and playing as much golf as I can, which is something I really enjoy. But what I wanted to do today, listen, I've been involved for almost 30 years in the teachings, okay? And basically the teachings are just the way that we get through life with the least possible aggravation, with the most success, okay? Because that's what our brain is meant to do. But unfortunately, we spend all our formative years listening to stuff, and it comes out that our brain doesn't serve us because we've been controlled. And it's getting worse. Because when I was growing up, there was no internet, you had to go looking for information. And even our brain, some of my age, was buggered up by the time I was 25. I was absolutely knackered. I mean, fortunately, I was self-employed from the age of 19, really, maybe earlier, 17. Only ever had one actual job in my life. So I've made a way through this world on the information that was given to me at that time. But what I did do, I set about consciously searching for information as to how we can get through life in the easiest way possible. And that included me reading lots and lots and lots of books and going to seminars, going to business meetings, just actually searching for this way of making things work properly. But even with all that knowledge, when I needed it, when I needed to call on it, when I needed the information, I couldn't make it work. It just didn't work for me because I was stressed, because I was anxious, because I was trying to force things, and I didn't realise that. So with all the information I had, I couldn't make it work. But all the time I was successful, it worked easily. I could apply it and do it because I was in the exact mode that you need to be in to make these teachings work, which is relaxed. And as soon as you get stressed and you start trying to force things, they cease to work, which is a shame, but it's the truth. So basically, it all starts from a relaxed state. You still get results from a stressed state and an anxious state, but they're always, always wrong. They're not the results that you want. And those that know of my story know that I have learnt that lesson really hard, where I had a lot of money and I spent it over a period of 2 years building a business that I didn't really want, and in the end ended up with nothing, purely and simply driven by stress and anxiety. So when things went wrong, I had to find this way of making the teachings work. So it's a process. There was no one when I needed them that really could have known a lot more about the detail, and the books that I've read and everything like that was no. So there was something else needed to make them work. And that's when I found the book, The Science of Getting Rich. And in that book, Wallace Wattle says, if you follow these instructions to the letter, you cannot fail to get rich. And rich, don't get carried away with money and this, that and the other. My definition of rich: do what you want to do when you want to do it and have the time and money to allow you to do it. And wherever you are financially, if you can actually fill those four things, you are rich. Trust me, and you are successful. Okay, so we won't go down the road of rich and money and all this, that and the other. What we do today is I just want to tell you that you need to be in a certain place to get the benefit of the teachings. Okay, because everything comes from the dominant thought. What we do is we tend to say, oh yeah, I believe that. Fingers crossed behind your back. I believe, oh yeah, no problem. Listen, it doesn't matter. It's that deep belief that will get the result. Okay? So during the week, there's been a thing about vision boards and what have you, and I don't care all the people that mock it and say, I just get on with doing it and I do this, that, and the other. I feel sorry for them because they are making it hard. Because it is simplicity itself once you do it correctly. But the simplistic instructions are the hardest thing you ever have to do because they fly in the face of all you know. And of course, what we do as a defence, and the people that don't understand the importance of a clear mental image will poo-poo it. Of course they will. It's like everyone poo-pooed running the 4-minute mile. It was impossible. You couldn't possibly do it. And it's a good job no one told Roger Bannister. But the funny thing is, once Roger Bannister had run a 4-minute mile that was supposedly impossible, it seemed like everybody on earth who could run was breaking the 4-minute mile. Why? Because the deep belief that it wasn't possible had been eradicated by fact. Now, if you don't look for proof, you won't find it. You might stumble across it. But let me tell you something. If you've got a clear mental image about where you're going, you've got a goal, you've got a vision, you've got a vision board, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter. I personally like it to be a clear mental image that we carry around with us in our head, okay? And then we bring that to now and we start enjoying it now, rather like what you do with a holiday. Once you've paid the deposit on a holiday, you start enjoying it. Okay, and that's exactly the same with your clear mental image. You're not actually there, but you're imagining all the good things that are happening. Okay, so that's basically what the clear mental image is. Once it's mental, you live it now. But the thing is, when you're creating it, and what causes the problem is things like The Secret, where in the original film, someone's going along and they're looking at a ring in a shop. God, that's nice. And the next morning they've got it. Listen, it don't work like that. And I don't think there's anybody watching this or going to watch this that is going to believe that that happens. It doesn't. But once you actually, if you truly desire something, right, then your brain, and it's a belief that you can get it, and that's the main thing. It's from this deep place. We can all say, I want that, I want this, I want that. But it depends the amount of effort you're prepared to put in to get it. Right? So that is the deciding factor, is what are we prepared to do? But once we actually know what it is that we want, we start vibrating at a different vibration. Okay? Because all around us is vibration. Right? Everything's in what Bob Proctor calls an ocean of motion, which is a lovely thing, right? It's all vibrating. And what vibration attracts a similar vibration? And they've got a tuning fork where you go ping, and you've got a room full of tuning forks, and they're all different notes. You ping C, all the C's will resonate to that vibration. The others won't even move. Right? So that's proof positive that there is a signal going through, cutting through everything else, going and finding the other thing that it resonates with. And that's basically what you're doing when you're thinking. And all the old things of be careful what you wish for, be careful what you think, da 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 da. These ain't plucked out of thin air. It's right. You attract what your dominant thought is. But so many people poo-poo the idea of having a vision and achieving it because their deep belief is they can't. And all the time you're going around poo-pooing it and laughing and joking, you're making hard work of it. And I feel sorry for people that actually don't even bother to investigate these teachings. But I'll leave you with this because I don't want to ramble on. Basically, don't let people sort of have a go at you. Your goal, your CMI, your vision board, your whatever it is you want to call it, as long as you've got a destination, is the 30% of these teachings. The other 30% is be happy where you are. Okay? And there's all different ways of doing that. And it's not a case of anything other than doing what you want to do, when you want to do it, and having the time and the money to allow you to do it. And at whatever level you are, if you can actually tick those 4 things, you are successful, and I should imagine very happy. Okay? So you 30% knowing where you're going, 30% being happy where you are, and the other 30%, which is the most important, or one of the most important bits, get rid of all the crap in the past, because we're dragging it around with us, and there's no need, because it's only affecting us today, and we normally carry it along with us as an excuse. How you going, Pat? Well, I'm all right, yeah, but how's the business going? Well, okay, it would be better though if it hadn't been for that divorce. Oh, how's that affecting? Oh, well, it was unfair. The actual carve-up was unfair. I never actually got over it. Well, when was that? Oh, 10 years ago. Oh, that's a good idea. So you've been dragging that around for 10 years as an excuse why things aren't going right now. Imagine what would have happened if you'd have cut ties 10 years ago, where you'd be now, without using it as an excuse. So there you go. You've got 3 things there. Know where you're going, mate, where you are, where you want to be, and get rid of the shit from the past. Now, there are loads and loads and loads and loads of things to assist you in doing that. Okay? So you cannot take one in isolation and say that it doesn't work. You've got to put it all together over a period of time and then say it doesn't work. And in 30 years, and someone has genuinely done everything that they've been told, it works every time. And when it doesn't work, we can always pinpoint it to something that they haven't done that they should have done. So there you go. 100% these teachings work. Don't be thrown off track by people poo-pooing it or whatever, because I'm telling you, and the reason that I know so much is because I was so bloody sceptical when I went in search. I actually went in search to prove it all wrong. But to prove it wrong, I had to do exactly what I was told to do. Otherwise it was going to be unfair me saying it didn't work. So there you go. Just a little bit there, just to sort of clarify a few things. And remember, you are in control. Catch you later.